Awesome. Brilliant. Thanks. I think I've only just pressed record and just missed a lot of that. What a twat.
So you want me to back it in again?
Yeah, do it again.
I'll do it again.
No. So, as can happen, just when you're a small child like what I am, you forget to press record. Well, you don't forget, you're just fumbling around because you're excited. A little birdie calling to me. Stop now. Oh. So yeah, didn't record half of that. Ian's gone now. I'm not religious, but I am kind of spiritual, and well, you know that if you've been watching the other ones. I am glad that I bought it from a lovely chap. Got really good feelings about the boat. It doesn't always happen with motorbikes. Some motorbikes I have to work hard at putting some good karma into them, almost like cleaning them. Not sort of semi-spiritually, and that VFR I got from a real schmuck. But we found a way to sort of make it right with the world. Got a good feeling about this boat, even if it is called Press Gang, which is some sort of I'll Wikipedia that and I'll check the meaning for that. I think it's got something to do with gangsters. Not that this is much of a gangster boat. Got me outboard, got some spare outboards when I lose patience with that one. I'm excited, most importantly, even if it doesn't move, even if it, so to speak, fails, even if it sits here and never goes anywhere, I enjoy looking at it, and I'll enjoy thinking about it rather than anything else that might be crossing my worried mind. Right, I've supported the back of the trailer on some bricks, and I just had a cup of tea on board, and I just started chucking stuff out of the cabin, and it suddenly occurred to me, this is the start. This is the start of it. So, believe it or not, I chucked it back in. Tucked it back in so that you could join me. So give me a second while I turn the camera around. There we go. And right, let's have a look. Pretty sure that's a mooring hook. I am going to get some terminology wrong, and I understand that terminology is important to get correct. This isn't difficult to do one-handed. There is my tiller. I don't have to name every part of the boat, but I could call that tiller the hun. Portable flotation device. Fenders. Oh. Now what I'm doing is I am chucking out stuff that just doesn't need to be stored in here. I don't want this to become a shed. I'm just going to adjust this. There we go. This isn't going to be a shed. Now what is that? Prehistoric. They are going just straight in the bin. I don't need old PFDs. I'm glad that they're on board, but I don't need them. I'm going to continue. Oh, I do have some electrics. Whoa! What an electric panel. Oh, presumably that means somewhere. What have we got? Oh, got a battery or something somewhere, maybe. I don't know. Heaps of room under there. That is where I'm going to try and utilise all my storage space. I mean, that is a wad of room. So I'm aiming to have nothing out here. But I've got a lot to learn. But yeah, I'm aiming to have all my stuff stored under there because it's just unused space. Right, so I'm going to get the rudder out, the mainsail, and the jib sail or foresail. I'll get some books, or maybe I'll just watch some YouTube on it. Right. Okay, now it's not exactly the best spot in the world, but I've emptied it out, and yeah, I suppose, look, I'm not planning on, same as motorbikes, I'm not about to go motorcycling in the rain, and I'm also not about to go sailing in a hurricane unless it's on my way in, having not checked the weather, which is unlikely. I'm liking it. There's a reasonable amount of room. There's a reasonable table here for me to make a cup of coffee on, eat something on with my buddy or two at the side there. I'm pretty happy. Let me bring you in and turn you around so you can see from this side. It's pretty. There we go. That's better. So there's nothing in these hatches. Just taking down the curtains. Put the table up. Might make some more curtains. Might not. I might actually just not bother. Happy. Plenty of room there. So I presume that's my foresail or my jib sail. Surprisingly, all these little, maybe bronze, maybe brass catches work. Can't see any rips in it. They look pretty corroded, so I won't be surprised if they snap, but they're all present and all working, so that's nice. So I've been doing some thinking, as you do. This boat's called Press Gang. Was called Press Gang. I'm not having it really. It just isn't anything about me. It's just strikes me as a stupid name. Press Gang is a group of men employed to roughhouse people into signing up to military service or navy service, which is just like, I don't get it. Unless the bloke who bought this boat was in the press or the media or something like that and thought it was a funny play on words, pun type thing, as we tend to do with boats, but means nothing to me, so bollocks to that. I'm calling this vessel the Rocinante, and it might sound a little bit pretentious and what have you. I'll tell you what Rocinante is first, and then I'll tell you why I've called it the Rocinante. So Don Quixote was one of the first novels ever written, was a series of two written in 1605 and 1615. I've never read either of them. I've heard Don Quixote referenced because apparently the story tells of a bloke who's gone mad and appointed himself as nobility, as some sort of knight in shining armour, and goes lancing, with his firing off at windmills, which is completely pointless and ridiculous. Some sort of romantic fool. So his horse is called Rocinante. So apparently Don Quixote's horse Rocinante, which my boat is named, was an old nag, basically, who was forced into service of this romantic fool, out of touch with reality, and forced to do more than it was designed to do, long after it should have been retired. So that's why it's similar to the Rocinante. I, however, will be calling this ship Rocinante because it is the name of the spacecraft in Russia's Cygnus X-1. The story of a prog rock story that I have heard a million times, of a guy who goes through a black hole. Well, he sets off on his ship across the galaxy in Rocinante into the black hole located in Cygnus X-1, and ultimately gets ripped to pieces. Actually, no, it's not ultimately. He gets ripped to pieces, but on the other side of the black hole becomes a god in their follow-up album Hemispheres, Cygnus X-1 Book 2. So, if you're still awake, long story. Oh, And I've called it Rocinante after the Rush song because I want my cousin Jazz to be with me. And he's dead. He died of cancer maybe 5 years ago. But we would listen to Cygnus X-1 as we went to sleep when I was having a sleepover at his house. Got to turn the camera off now. The locals just make such a row.